Y'all already know what time it is. Alright, so welcome back to my channel, you guys. I'm pretty sure you already know what the video is about for today, and it's a Sephora VIB sale recommendations, which I am so excited for because when it comes to Sephora, y'all, like, I don't know, I just love going on the website, blowing a little bit of money on makeup products and skincare. It just makes me happy, and you guys know I already went ahead and filmed this video in April. In that video, I did include all the makeup items I absolutely love, so I will link it above for you guys. But for today's video, I do want to make it a little bit more narrowed down with the products that I have been using all the time that I completely love, and I have them all in this box right here. So with that being said, if you guys are excited, make sure you go ahead and like, subscribe, and let's jump right into a video. All right, so how I'm gonna do this video is just go in the order of how you do your makeup, and the first one I do have is primer, and I have the Milk Hydro Grip primer. Of course, this primer is just one of the best when it comes to your foundation sticking on your skin and not, you know, moving throughout the day. I know the texture is a little bit weird because it is kind of, you know, gooey and sticky and all of that, but I'm telling you guys, once you go ahead and put it on your face, your foundation is not moving throughout the day. So it completely feels really nice on the skin as well. I love the way it feels. It just melts right into the skin. But when it comes to prepping your skin, I think it's super important to have a good primer, and this is one of my favorites. Now the next category I do want to mention is foundation, of course, and I'm at this point in my life that if my foundation doesn't fit me perfectly or match me perfectly, I am not buying it anymore. So I do have three that I completely fell in love with this year, and the first one I do have is a NARS Soft Matte Complete Foundation, and I have it in the shade Macao, but Marquises is my perfect shade, which I actually just ordered, so that'll be in really soon. But regardless, this foundation, guys, is so pretty on the skin, especially if you do have oily skin. I am telling you, I don't get oily at all with this foundation. Like maybe my nose a little bit, of course, but when it comes to my face, it just stays put throughout the day. It is so beautiful. I love the way it feels on the skin, and it's not drying as well, because when it comes to a lot of foundations that are matte, I feel like they're very, very just dry on the skin, and I don't know, I don't like that. But with this formula, it is so nice, you guys. Really recommend this one. I'm obsessed with it. So with that being said, I'm going to move on to the next one I do have. Of course, you guys already know on my channel, I love the Dior Backstage Face and Body Foundation, and I have it in the shade 5N. All right, this one is one of my favorite foundations because it's so natural on the skin. It is not a mattifying foundation or a dewy foundation. It just, to me personally, I feel like it's a natural foundation on the skin, but nonetheless, I love the color as well because it is my perfect match. And whenever I go into Sephora and I'm looking for a new foundation, it has to compare to this one right here. And also, one thing I do want to mention about this foundation that I love is it doesn't separate throughout the day. It doesn't break down or anything like that. It just looks beautiful throughout the whole entire day. And also, if you are a makeup artist, I do recommend this foundation just because it doesn't matter if you have oily skin or dry skin, it works for everybody. So this is definitely one of my favorites. Now moving on to the last one I do have for you guys, I have the Shiseido Synchro Skin Self Refreshing Foundation in the shade 530 Henna. This one is a little bit dark for me, so I'm gonna go ahead and order 510 for the VIB sale because this one is a little bit too dark. But nonetheless, you guys, it is a beautiful foundation on the skin. I love the way it just melts right into the skin. It gives you a nice flawless base, and also because it is a self-refreshing foundation, it kind of looks fresh and just like, what's the word I'm looking for? Basically, it looks like you just applied your foundation throughout the day. So it doesn't look like you've been wearing it for like, you know, 8 hours or 6 hours or anything like that. It looks really, really beautiful. But yeah, these are all the foundations I've been absolutely loving this year. If you do have oily skin especially, I do recommend these three foundations. So for concealer, I know you guys already know what it is. All right, just go ahead and let me know down below. But of course, it's a McGrath Lab Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Concealer. You guys know how I feel about this, so I don't want to say too much, but honestly, y'all, it is the most beautiful, flawless looking concealer I've ever tried. It literally makes your skin look like you have a filter, you guys. I am not lying. And I will come up close so y'all can see my skin, but basically I do apply concealer underneath my eyes, my forehead, my chin, and all that good stuff, and y'all can see how flawless it looks. All right, so I'm not gonna say too much about this one because you guys already know how I feel. I just talk about it all the time in all my videos, but it's the most beautiful I keep saying foundation, concealer out there, honestly. Going into the next one, I have setting powders for y'all, and I do have two, of course. And of course, you guys know I'm gonna start off with the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Powder in the shade Kunafa, because with this powder, you guys know I wear it in every single video. But seriously, you guys, one of the best loose baking powders out there. I have tried a lot of powders, you guys, and I'm very picky because when it comes to your under eyes, not every powder works for every single person out there. But with this one, I've noticed that if you have dry skin, oily skin, honestly, it doesn't matter. It just works for everybody. And plus, I love the shade of the yellow, because when it comes to yellow powders, especially, I feel like a lot of them are super ashy on the skin, but with this one, it works for dark skin, so I love it. Now the next one I do have is the Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder in the shade Honey Translucent. But with this one, you guys, I was so happy when she came out with this, because I've always just, you know, thought like, hey, when is she gonna come out with a yellow powder? Like, that's all she's missing. And I told you guys, when it comes to yellow powders, typically I'm super picky, but with this shade, I feel like she got a good color. And I'm not sure if y'all can see it, so I will hold it back here so y'all can see the real color. And I keep pouring it on my skin. Oh my god. Y'all, I'm honestly a hot mess because this powder is just everywhere on this table. But regardless, this powder is bomb. It has a smoothing effect. It looks so flawless. It is super lightweight. It is not heavy on the skin. It is beautiful. If you've tried Laura Mercier powders, then you know her formula. But this yellow powder, I'm telling you, it is so nice. All right, now let me go ahead and clean this powder up. Give me one second. So actually, sticking with powders, I do have two pressed powders that I always recommend. And the first one is the Mega Forever Matte Velvet Skin Powder in the shade Y505. This powder, y'all, I'm just telling you, there's no other powder out there on the market that competes. I'm telling you, because this has a blurring effect on the skin. It's very smoothing. And the reason why I really love this powder is because when it comes to my nose especially, foundation just doesn't look nice on my nose. I don't know why. So I always go in with this powder all over my nose, and it makes it look very nice and smooth. So if you do have that issue when it comes to foundation sticking onto your nose, go ahead and grab this powder, because I'm telling you, it will make such a huge difference. But also, as an all over powder, I will say it just makes your skin look really nice and smooth. And I always go in with this powder because it never looks cakey on the skin, especially when it comes to setting your foundation. This is a powder foundation, and typically you don't use powder foundations with your regular foundation just because it can look very cakey, but I never have that issue with this powder, so I'm just in love with it, you guys. I love that so much. The next one I do have is the Urban Decay All Nighter Waterproof Setting Powder. This one is their translucent powder, and I love it because when it comes to a translucent powder, I am telling you, a lot of them claim that, but once you put it on your skin, girl, you're gonna have some flashbacks, some white cast, and it's just not cute. All right, but with this one, it doesn't play you at all because it's honestly a translucent powder, as y'all can see. So what I do with this is I use it as a touch of powder throughout the day because I do have oily skin, and it just makes my skin look very nice and just set, especially if you do have oily skin like I mentioned before. But yeah, this is one of my favorite powders. These two together, if you have oily skin, I am telling you, you're not gonna get oily at all. So let's talk about bronzer. I do have the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush bronzer in the shade number 3 Tan. Ever since I got this bronzer, you guys, I fell in love. And it's so funny to me because when I saw the price of this bronzer, I'm not sure how much it was. I believe about maybe $55 or $60, something like that. I just didn't want to get it for the longest. I just kept avoiding it till I saw it in person one day, and I thought, you know, let me go ahead and try it out. But ever since then, I've fallen in love with this powder, y'all. It is so beautiful. It is so natural on the skin. It doesn't look like I have bronzer, if that makes sense. It's a perfect color for me. Buttery smooth. I mean, I can just keep going on and on. But this bronzer is one of the best. And I will say, for those who are wondering, I still love my Fenty bronzer, don't get me wrong, but a lot of bronzers out there, when it comes to my skin, especially with the Fenty one, it did look a little bit red on the skin, if that makes sense. But with this Charlotte Tilbury one, y'all can see on my skin, it just looks like the perfect shade for me. So I'm telling y'all right now, if you haven't tried this out, you're definitely missing out. So go ahead and pick this one up. The next category I do have is blushes, and I actually have a couple, so let me grab them. All right, so the first one I do want to mention is a Sephora colorful blush, and I have it in the shade Hot Flush. It is a sparkly orangey blush, and I won't say sparkly, but more so of a sheen type of blush. And I do have it on my face today, you guys, and it looks so beautiful. Like, hopefully y'all can see that orange hue that I got going on, but I didn't apply highlighter or anything because I didn't feel like I need it with this blush. But y'all can just tell it just does something to the skin. I can't describe it, but it looks so beautiful, y'all. And I will give you a swatch as well for those who are wondering what it looks like. But this is the shade right here, as y'all can see, and it has a nice sheen to it as well. So how I would wear this on my skin is more so as a topper. I did go ahead and apply the Make Up Forever blush, the orangey one, all over my cheeks, but with this one I kind of topped it off as well, and it just added a little bit of something. So I do recommend this one. Of course, I had to mention the Fenty Beauty cream blushes. Of course, I do need to pick up some more actually with the VIB sale, and I have the shade Summertime Wine and also Rose Latte. Let me open these for y'all. But when it comes to cream blushes, I do love this, you guys, because they look so natural on the skin. Once I go ahead and apply these blushes, I don't need highlighter as well because it gives you a nice glow. But more so, what I love about these is once you go ahead and apply your foundation and all that good stuff, you can still apply these blushes on top of your foundation, and it doesn't take away from that, if you know what I mean. Because typically when it comes to cream products on top of your foundation, it tends to kind of, you know, remove a little bit of the foundation you got going on. But with this, y'all, I am telling you, it just melts right into the skin. It is so pretty. And the last one I do have is the Rare Beauty Soft Pinch Blush, and I have it in the shade Love. And this one has quickly became one of my favorites. Number one, I love the packaging. It's so nice and sleek. But going into why I do love this blush, when it comes to cream blushes, a lot of them tend to kind of come off throughout the day. But with this one, once you put it on your face, it is not coming off at all. And I'm pretty sure y'all want me to swatch this shade as well. So let me show you guys what it looks like. And it's so pretty. As y'all can see, it's more so of a corally orangey color. I thought it was a true like orange color, but regardless, it is still pretty on the skin. And I do want to pick up a couple more shades as well, so I will definitely do that. Now, when it comes to highlighter, I didn't want to include one just because I already mentioned all my favorites in past videos, but I do want to mention the Tarte Spotlight Cream Highlighter. To me, this is one of the best cream highlighters because it looks wet on the skin. I love me a wet looking highlighter. I don't like the ones that, you know, sit on your skin. I want it to look like I'm glowing from within. So with this one, I'm going to go ahead and swatch it for y'all next to all my other swatches. It's more so of a champagne color, as y'all can see, but I'm telling you, once you put it on your cheeks, it does give you that wet look. So I did want to go ahead and mention this one. But if you do have any other cream highlighters out there that you do love, let me know down below because I am into cream products at the moment. So I do want to pick up some more products. Okay, so time for setting spray. I do have a new favorite setting spray that I have been absolutely loving. I didn't think much of it when I picked it up, but I fell in love. And it's a Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray, the Party All Night, Stay All Day Setting Spray. Y'all, this stuff, if you can think of Urban Decay All Nighter Makeup Setting Spray, this is a little bit better than that. Something about this, I don't know what it is. It sets your face and it gives you a matte look, but at the same time, you don't look, you know, completely dry in the face, if that makes sense. But once you spray this on your face, it is locking in your makeup. It is not moving at all throughout the day. And I love wearing this, especially when I know I'm gonna wear my mask all day, because when it comes to wearing your mask, it does leave like a line on your face, and I don't like that. So I kind of go in with the spray before then. That way it just sets everything in and it doesn't really move around throughout the day. But it's one of the best. And I know when it comes to setting spray, like it kind of seems like they all do the same exact thing, but with this one, I swear it's a little bit different. And of course, I couldn't do this video without mentioning the Natasha Denona Sunset palette. You guys already know about this palette, but I think it's one of the prettiest palettes I do own in my collection. And actually with this, I just wanted to test it out and see what the hype was about. But I will say they are super pigmented, buttery, they blend well, they do exactly what you want an eyeshadow palette to do. And with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and pick up their Biba All I think it's called their all neutral palette, the VIB all neutral palette that Natasha has as well, because y'all, like, that price, all right, I need to save a little bit of money. So I wanted to wait till the Sephora VIB sale, of course, but you already know I had to mention this one. Now, the last couple of makeup items I do have are more so like miscellaneous items. The first one I do want to mention is the Marc Jacobs eyeliners, and I don't remember what they're actually called. They're highliners, the matte gel ones, and I have it in the shade Brownie and also Blacker, I believe is what it's called, but it's a brown and black eyeliner. And I know it seems crazy because I do believe they're about $25 a piece. I did get the set that it came in, so it was a little bit cheaper, but separately it is $25. Now I know what you guys are thinking, like, Chi, like $25 for an eyeliner? All right, hear me out. All right, so I do have very watery eyes. They're very sensitive. I have allergies throughout the day or whatever, but regardless, you guys, my eyes are always watery. All right, so when it comes to eyeliners, a lot of them tend to bleed on my eyes or kind of transfer and all that good stuff, and I don't need that. All right, so with this, once I put it on my eyes, it is not moving at all, and it kind of acts like a liquid liner, because with liquid liners, once you put it on your eyes and let them set and dry down, they don't move, and it kind of performs the same as well with those, which is why I love these. Now, it's expensive, like, you don't need it, of course, but at the same time, if you do have the issues that I do have, then these are for you. Now, the next one I do have is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel, and of course, this is nothing new, all right, but when it comes to my brow hairs, I want to make sure that they're staying up and not coming down throughout the day, and with this, it does the job. So I want to go ahead and mention this because when it comes to your brow hairs, I know a lot of gels out there claim to hold them up, but it doesn't do that at all. This is like super glue for your brows, and I really love the spoolie as well. And the last makeup item I do have is a Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb. Of course, I have this one in the shade Hot Chocolate, and with this, my favorite way to wear it as of lately is to apply dark lip liner all over, like a brownie chocolatey color. Then I apply this lip gloss all over as well, and then in the center I apply like a pink lip gloss, and it's been my go-to look the whole entire year. And everyone's been asking me, Chi, like, what do you have on your lips? It's basically that combo. So of course, you guys know the Fenty gloss bombs are nice because they're not sticky, they're very moisturizing and very glossy as well. So of course, I had to go ahead and mention it. So of course, I did have to go ahead and include my skincare products, and these are the staple items I have been using as of lately, so I do want to mention them. And the first one I do have is a Saturday Skin Wide Awake Brightening Eye Cream, and this is what it looks like. Y'all know I mentioned before that my eyes are super sensitive, so I'm very picky with the eye moisturizers that I do use. With this one, it just does a job for me. It moisturizes my under eyes, but also when it comes to my concealer, it makes sure that the area is really prepped and ready to go as well. So I always go ahead and use this because I have tried a lot of eye creams out there, and for some reason they just irritate my eyes and create little bumps. So I don't know why they do that, but with this one I have no issues at all. Now, the next one I do want to mention is the Ole Henriksen Sheer Transformation Perfecting Moisturizer. And you guys know I've, mentioned this on my channel so many times. But regardless, I love this moisturizer because when it comes to oily skin, you have to be picky with what you use because a lot of products out there are super hydrating, which is not bad. But when it comes to the morning time, I want something that's super light and airy on the skin because I do want to apply my foundation and not look like a grease ball at all. So with this one, it gives me that look that I'm going for. It moisturizes my skin, it preps it, but at the same time, it doesn't make me look greasy throughout the day as well. So I always go back to this. So this next one is one of my favorites, and it's a Ren Clean Skincare Overnight Glow Dark Spot Sleeping Cream. You guys know I put this in my haul, my Sephora VIB sale haul earlier this year, and I'm finally almost done with it. And I will say it does take some time to get rid of your dark spots, but at the same time it does work because what I did was I went ahead and took pictures every single day for about 2 months, I want to say, and I noticed that my dark spots was completely going away. So overall, what I will say about this is it does work, you guys. It just takes a little bit longer. But I recently picked up the Hyper Clear Brightening Serum a couple months ago, actually. And those two together, like this one and the Hyper Clear Serum, those two completely got rid of my dark spots together. So if you are looking to speed up the process, I do recommend getting that serum as well. It is not at Sephora, sadly, but either way, it still works for the skin. but with this one as well, I do love. All right, so I only have 2 more items left, and one of them is the Peter Thomas Roth Firm X Peeling Gel. And basically what I love about this, y'all, is it exfoliates your skin, but at the same time, it doesn't have any scrubs or anything like that. All you have to do is massage this onto your skin, and it literally rolls away and picks up all the dead skin on your skin. Like, it is, I don't know, it's so weird, but at the same time it works, because I didn't believe it at first, but I'll kind of show you guys what I mean by that. So I'm applying some onto the back of my hand, as y'all can see, and all I'm gonna do is just roll it like so. And I will show you guys up close what it looks like, but basically it is getting all the dead skin off. And hopefully y'all can see like the little beads on there. I don't know if y'all can see it on camera, but it is removing all the dead skin that I do have. And it's really funny to me because sometimes I don't realize that I still have dead skin on my face. I know it sounds gross, but sometimes my skin looks good. I'm like, you know what? Let me just use this for tonight, see what happens. And it still removes dead skin off, which is so crazy to me. But at the same time, once you're done, your skin feels so smooth and nice as well. But this is one of my favorite exfoliating products out there, because when it comes to products that exfoliate your skin, you don't want a lot of harsh, you know, beads or anything like that, because it will create holes in your skin, which we don't want. All right, and last but not least, I do have the Laneige Lip Sleep and Mask, of course, which everybody knows about, but to me this is such a staple because we are going into the winter months and we don't need dry, cracking lips. All right, like there's no excuse at this point. This just gets rid of all the issues I have with my lips, because typically it peels, it gets dry, it gets cracky, all that good stuff. But with this, once I go ahead and apply it at night, I wake up with soft lips in the morning. It is just so nice on the lips, but I'm pretty sure you already have it at this point. But of course, I do have to mention that. But with that being said, you guys, those were all the products I wanted to go ahead and mention. I am not gonna lie, I've been talking so much that my throat literally hurts and I need some water at this point. But I do hope you guys enjoyed this video, and let me know down below some of your favorites as well, because I am gonna go ahead and spend some money with the VIB sale, so I do want to pick up some new products as well. But with that being said, you guys, I love y'all so much. Make sure you go ahead and like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.